Tribes are as old as the hills. Tribal life is admirably simple. They live in the forests, in harmony with the life, and at peace with the forces that surround them. They work, tend to their families, and celebrate their existence. Tribes see themselves as a part of the system molded by greater forces and spirits, and in order to live happily, they believe that they must constantly appease these forces. The average tribe, therefore, indulges in several religious practices with the participation of the full community. Tribal festivals are of three kinds: productive, protective, and seasonal. Each of these types is for the appeasement of different forces which shape different spheres of their lives. Productive festivals are mainly concerned with fertility rituals, appeals made to the deities to bestow upon the tribe boons of both human and agricultural fertility. Protective festivals are performed to protect the tribe against the wrath of evil forces. They usually involve mass animal sacrifice. Seasonal festivals are an opportunity for the people to celebrate the beauty of nature's seasons. They do not ask for profit or protection, but just gratefully indulge themselves in life's pleasures. The eastern Ghats of the Visakhapatnam district of Andhra Pradesh in South India is home to many tribes. In the month of Chaitra or April, they usher in the new year along with the beauty of spring. They take a break from a year of hard work to celebrate for 15 days. Etem Panduga, which gets its name from Etem, which is Odia for spring, is celebrated by almost all the tribes in this area. This name has now been corrupted to Itikala Panduga. It is both productive and seasonal. Though a few rituals may vary, the overall objective of the festival is the same, namely, to seek the blessings of their deities for the fertility of their soil and women, and to celebrate the onset of spring. As one travels across the hills to reach the tribal villages, it becomes clear why nature is such a big part of tribal life and beliefs. Its presence here is so overwhelming that one can only submit to it rather than ever attempt to tame it. The Sangodi village near Paderu is home to the Kondadora tribe. They are less primitive as tribes go. For the same reason, the rituals performed here in this village are less elaborate and retain fewer original primitive practices of their ancestors. They begin with the Bhumi Puja, an invocation to the earth goddess on a day and at an auspicious time fixed by their priest. Though the men begin the ritual, the women continue it as they work equally in the fields. These seeds were earlier sanctified in the month of Magha in a separate ritual. They will be sown upon the onset of the monsoon. They also sanctify their agricultural implements and place them beside the food offerings and sanctified seeds. The sacrificial offering here is a fish, as it symbolizes water, which in turn symbolizes rain. They feed the fish some grain in the hope that they will receive a good crop yield. The procession returns home, and a branch of the Neredu tree is placed on the roof, and water is poured once again to symbolize rain. For the next few days, the men go on hunting expeditions and return to the village to indulge in singing, dancing and drinking to their heart's content. On going deeper into the interior, one encounters more primitive tribes. The Diguvasolamula village is home to the Samantas or Khons. They speak a language called Kuvi. This tribe practices farming for its subsistence, unlike some other primitive tribes which depend solely on hunting and gathering. The main form of agriculture practiced by them is Podu, or slash and burn cultivation. They also practice terrace farming by diverting an available water source. Apart from cultivation, they also make good use of other gifts given to them by nature. As they are an agricultural community, the Itikala Panduga finds extra importance in their lives. Their rituals, as opposed to those of the Kondadoras, are more elaborate and retain more original primitive practices of their ancestors. They start the Itikala Panduga, which they call Hira Parbu, with the Ayudha Puja, where they sanctify their hunting weapons. Here, the sacrificial offering is a young chick. The priestess is called the Pejjini or Gurmai. They always offer liquor to their ancestral spirits on every occasion. If the chick readily eats the grain it is offered, it symbolizes a good crop yield in the following year. Samanta women are very fond of jewelry. They often wear necklaces of coins called adilinga, as well as rings to denote their wealth. While they once wore silver coins, they now use only 1 rupee or 50 paise coins. Like most tribal festivals, this too involves heavy flow of liquor. Most of the liquor is tapped and stored several days in advance. The celebrations begin with the egg shooting contest, in which the best archers of the tribe compete. When an archer succeeds, the crowd exults and throws stones at the egg. The seed worshipping ceremony is the most important part of the festival. Each family is represented at this ceremony by the lady of the house, who carries various seeds along with the nakku or the iron part of the plough and moku, the rope that binds the oxen to the plough. These are to be blessed. An oil lamp is also carried along with a coin and a bottle of liquor as offering.
Sarvati, Magdati, Randati, Utrati, Astati, Sitrati, Sodati, Vijandati, Lodati.
These chants take the names of the stars of the lunar calendar, the days of the week, and the seasons of the year. They are recited to seek the blessings of the corresponding cosmic deities.
Kartiti, Runiti, Nulisati, Ladagati, Hadrati, Bretati, Possibility, Sarvati. Davaniya lokuma asitare unani yokiya ningola timi davani yokiya maro ma baile re siri ma maro ya bondo niyo davama गाउँ रे उडानिया लोकु के पाडा रे दावानिया लोकु गुवारे उडानिया लोकुमा पाला रे दावानिया लोकुमा सितारे उडानिया लोकुमा लक्ष्मी दावानिया लोकु ये नाई सिरी तोले निगमा ये नानी सोपा तोले मागमा मारो यो बाई रे लोकुमा मारो
The seeds and implements are blessed and returned to each woman to take back home. On her way out, water is poured on the woman's back to symbolize an appeal for rain. In fact, throughout the festival, people playfully throw water on each other. At the end of the ritual, the priests and priestesses offer a small portion of the liquor to the ancestral spirits and consume the rest themselves. The seed is broadcast upon the onset of the monsoon. The girls go singing from door to door to gather contributions for the community feast. The men go singing and dancing from door to door for the same. Every night of the festival, the villagers perform the Dimsa dance around a bonfire after a good feast and drink. Hunting is a major part of the festival and goes on over 10 or 15 days. The ability to hunt is a sign of manhood. Irrespective of previous success or failure, the men are driven out by the women every day of the festival for a hunt. Nowadays, the failure rate is rather high, and most often, hunting expeditions return empty-handed. And a group which doesn't bring in a catch is ridiculed. All the men assemble in one place, from where the hunting party is ceremoniously sent off. The women follow the party some distance, singing and praying for the safety and success of their men. Some men in the party paint their faces and wear tails for fun. The party is always accompanied by their hunting dogs. The main objective of these missions is to teach the less experienced ones how to track and hunt animals. The hunters move with agility and alertness and constantly communicate with each other. Their organization and formations seem to have inspired those of modern soldiers. Finally, the group manages to catch a mountain goat. Over the ages, these animals have been hunted to near endangerment, and this is responsible for the growing failure rate of the hunts. The catch is always taken back live and later sacrificed at the shrine of Nisani Devata. The meat is then distributed among the clansmen according to the tribe hierarchy. The procession returns in jubilation to the village, where they are ceremoniously welcomed by the women. Their success saves them the humiliation of being drenched in cow dung water. And so the cycle of hunting and feasting and singing and dancing continues till it's time to return to normal life. Blessed with the boon of fertility, the tribe now starts a new agricultural year. It's hard work, no doubt, but true to their spirit, they always take the time off to sing and dance and feast and drink. Their seemingly primitive lifestyle strikes a balance between existence, survival, and life through religion, work, and celebration. But this simple model of life probably makes them a happier lot than any advanced civilization. And perhaps that is where they have something to teach us, if we can respect them enough to learn.